Pokémon Horizons is a series that keeps on delivering. Its unique storyline is really engaging, and viewers have loved how the characters have developed over the course of the arcs. Each week there is something special revealed, and its episodes are so enticing that we're all on the edge of our seats wanting to know what will happen next. But if you haven't guessed it, the Anipoke PR Twitter account is back with another big reveal. Hey, what's going on guys, my name's Raph, and today another new special preview trailer was revealed for the Pokémon Horizons anime. A bunch of new information came to light, so let's jump into the news. Don't forget to leave this video a like to show your support. I'll be sure to bring out my next video shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you aren't ready to keep up to date, and without further ado, let's begin. Firstly, with today's episode, it finally happened. Roy's Fuecoco evolved into Crocolaw. I'm so happy for Roy and his partner. They both worked incredibly hard and have displayed so much development throughout the series together. To finally see all of the Paldean starter Pokemon in their teenager stage 2 was really wholesome. Our babies are growing up so fast. Let's not forget about Liko though, as she too has displayed so much growth, overcoming mental barriers and taking huge risks. These two really gave it their all with their Pokemon. In the end, Roy ended up winning the battle. It seems this arc has given Roy a lot more focus in preparation of the next, especially seeing as he is aiming to encounter Rayquaza again, alongside how he was able to defeat the gym leaders he battled, and managed to also defeat Liko after the previous two losses. It's done a good job at highlighting Roy getting better at Pokemon battles. As for Liko, this arc focused on her not being so hard on herself, and actually having fun when battling, alongside becoming more confident and learning about Pokemon too. So I can understand slightly why she lost to Roy, besides him having the type advantage and hype factor with the evolution. But regardless of that, it was a really good episode. We also got to see the boy Arven finally after all this time. It felt incredible to see all of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet characters together, to not only witness this battle, but to just actually be there. I know many viewers have been keen to know if Arven will be making an appearance in this series, and it finally got confirmed. But hold on to that thought though. This was the best episode to conclude the third arc of the series and display how much growth and development both protagonists have had. I'm really looking forward to subs later, and as always, I'll post my full review on Twitter. Let's now chat about the preview for the next episode. This episode is titled Taken to the New Skies, Brave Asahi. This episode will be airing on the 11th of October after the 2-week break. The summary states the following. Arboliva, Galarian, Moltres and Lapras from the 6 heroes have come out of their Pokeballs on the Brave Asahi's win deck. Liko decides to test her strength against Arboliva, Roy battles Galarian Moltres, and Dot takes on Lapras. What an episode to kickstart the next series in this arc. So it seems in preparation of the quest ahead, the trio are going to be partaking in training battles against 3 of Lucius's Pokemon. These 6 heroes are no joke, and are bound to pack a serious punch in battle. I'm already starting to feel worried for Roy because he's literally battling another legendary Pokemon. I know they're having a friendly spar, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what these battles entail, and how each character with their Pokemon is going to develop from them. Seeing as the next hero the team are trying to find is Kleavor, maybe Liko, Roy and Dot will all have a battle in unison to try and get the Pokemon to join their side. Being a Pokemon from the Hisui region as well, it's bound to be a big threat. Looking at the preview, we can see that the gang are all reunited and celebrating all of their hard work, including Fuecoco's evolution. Friede ends up giving Liko Lucius's belt, and it seems Tsurugi will be also making their debut in this episode as a side plot, besides us seeing the trio battle against the 6 heroes. I can't wait to see what developments arise from this episode. Right, let's talk about the breaking news. So after episode 67 finished airing, we were introduced to a new special preview trailer. This trailer confirmed that the RVTs will be arriving in Kitakami, and we get the first look at Carmine, Briar and Perrin in their anime art style. They all look amazing. Roy ends up heading up Oni Mountain with Friede, and we can see the trio exploring. It looks like Cap will be making some new friends with Pichu, and this is when we get to see Kleavor in action. The trio terrestrialize their Pokemon during the 6 heroes training battle, before we see a shot of Lucius and then the Crystal Pool. Diana is confirmed to return, and it looks like Terapagos is envisioning someone to Liko at the pool. Rayquaza then makes a return before concluding the trailer. Oh my gosh. What a bunch of insane information. Let's break down a couple of frames and discuss some extra details. First, we have Carmine. Besides looking amazing in the anime art style, we notice she has a mask with her, implying that the Festival of Masks from the DLC will be coming into fruition. Does this mean that Kieran and Ogerpon will actually be making an appearance? Next, we have this frame. We know that upon interacting at the Crystal Pool, Terapagos uses its powers to envision people from the future and the past, and in the games this is usually Sada or Turo. However, the Horizons anime has followed another unique twist, and this time, many are believing that this individual could be a future Liko. I think this is absolutely incredible, because maybe the plot will take a huge twist in showing how Liko saved the world, or what she needed to do in order to change how events unfolded. It could also be maybe Lucius's wife, or even someone else in the family that relates to Liko or Diana. Many believe it could actually be Diana's mother, who was the person that originally owned the pendant. But man, this is just opening up another world of ideas, and I can't wait to find out. We can clearly see that there's going to be a lot of deep turning points in this story, and I'm sure this is going to be a brilliant watch. Let's now talk about an interesting merchandise set. So now that we know that the Rising Vault Tacklers are going to be heading to Kitakami in search of Kleavor, the question of them encountering Ogerpon is up in the air. For those of you that are unaware, Pokemon merchandise tends to be one of the most reliable pieces that can hint towards leaked information and upcoming events in the Pokemon anime. Within this set we can see a variety of Pokemon such as Paradox Pokemon, Arboliva, Sinistchai, and also Ogerpon. This set is due to release in February 2025. Now when it comes to release dates for merch, sometimes they tend to drop sets closer to the air dates of events to maximise the marketing process, but there are also some inconsistencies in terms of the schedule. In regards to this set, we can clearly see that the Paradox Pokemon alongside Ogerpon are weighing some great importance. Let's start with the Paradox Pokemon. In episode 57, Geeta and Clavel explained to the gang about the Paldea crater, and we got to learn more about Area Zero, Terapagos and its stellar form from the Scarlet book. They then went on to mention that an accident had occurred, which relates to the events that took place with Arven's parents in the Scarlet and Violet games. Seeing as we saw Arven teased in today's episode, I'm starting to think that as time passes, the gang will maybe later on meet up with Arven and then explore Area Zero in its glory. Maybe this is where we will get to see Karrye and Miraidon make their mark, and maybe even see the AI versions of Sara and Toro. Like I mentioned in last week's video, this could be a unique turning point in the plot, where the gang then visit Area Zero, and upon reaching Terapagos' chamber, maybe this is where they can then reach Rayquaza. Plus the Mabosstiff shown in the Terrestrial poster still hasn't made a debut, so this must be the tease to indicate Arven's presence in this series. In regards to Ogerpon, something very interesting was brought to my attention in the comments of last week's video. Despite Ogerpon being a fan favourite to accompany a potential Kieran appearance, this comment goes on to mention how maybe the Pokemon could end up being connected to Amitheo. They go on to explain how Ogerpon could be a Pokemon that could tie into Amitheo's redemption arc, which could then lead to him joining the Rising Volt Tacklers. Gallade fan then mentions how it could be a good contrast to Liko, seeing as she has Terapagos in possession, and because Amitheo is a caring and compassionate character, maybe Ogerpon could be caught by him, allowing him to prosper into a much more developed character, especially if he ends up coming to the light and joining the Rising Volt Tacklers. They then conclude talking about how Amitheo could help Ogerpon in defeating the Loyal 3. I actually think this is a really cool idea, and with the way Horizons has its distinctive narrative implementing a mixture of existing elements from the games alongside its own elements too, this could actually make for a really good plot point. Do I think it will happen though? Unfortunately not. But you never know. Now let's talk about the remaining 6 heroes. Firstly, we have Kleavor. Kitakami is looking like it's going to be the hotspot for where our heroes will encounter this Hisuian Pokemon. My friend Soul Silver made a very cool tweet also pointing out some interesting details about this Pokemon. If we take a closer look at Lucius's Kleavor, besides knowing that it has a chip in the middle of its right axe, it also seems it's a bit rough around the edges of its body, implying that it definitely has gone through some tough battles, very similar to Lucius's Lapras. Soul Silver then went on to make a point about how maybe Kleavor was fighting with the Blood Moon Ursaluna in the Timeless Woods, all in relation to a territorial battle, and I think this was a pretty cool concept, especially seeing how Perrin is going to be involved in this new arc, so maybe she'll implement this quest with a slight twist, introducing both Kleavor and the Blood Moon Ursaluna. Finally, let's talk about Entei. Entei is the final Pokemon owned by Lucius that the heroes will be seeking. This 6th hero has sparked a lot of discussion recently, as many viewers are starting to think that this series could make a shocking twist by having Lucius actually own its Paradox variant, being Gouging Fire. I think this will be a fantastic turning point in the series, and seeing as it's the final 6th hero for the gang to obtain, maybe this is where the Area Zero plot will be introduced alongside Arven, having all parts amalgamated together, which could then correlate to another Paradox Pokemon shown in the merchandise set. There's a lot of fun and cool ideas that could come from this, and I'm really hyped to see if any of them come true, because I know for a fact the second this Pokemon gets revealed, it's going to cause so much hype for viewers. Well, there we go. We're all set now for the next arc being Rayquaza Rising. Pokemon Horizons truly has proven itself to be a one-of-a-kind series. There's so many twists and serious plot points that have us viewers wanting to know more, and I'm sure there's bound to be even more amazing reveals to come from this arc. All of the information we know about this series is really exhilarating, and I'm really looking forward to knowing how the gang can obtain the remaining heroes, Amitheo's redemption arc unfolding, and seeing how the explorers are going to try and take over by obtaining Terapagos. I'm really glad I stuck by this series, and even though I don't make regular content about it every week on YouTube, besides the what if content, I'm glad I'm still managing to embrace its uniqueness and review episodes and discuss theories on Twitter. It's a really good series so far. It's very fresh, with a well written story, so definitely be sure to give it a chance and check it out. Or if you're not that bothered and you just want to have a good time hearing about some key details, or maybe even some theories, then you can just check out my videos instead. This arc did a really good job at portraying Roy getting better at battles, and Liko learning how to be more confident and finding enjoyment. With Roy on a winning streak now, I'm sure this will open up more opportunities for him, and with Liko continuously growing, I'm also sure she too will be prospering even more in battles and as a character. I'm sure both of these developments are going to excel in the next arc and future episodes. Pokemon Horizons is now on a 1-week break, and we'll be resuming with the new Rayquaza Rising arc commencing in episode 68 on the 11th of October. I'm looking forward to this new arc with what it entails, and I'm sure there's going to be even bigger reveals along the way. Definitely stay tuned for the new opening and ending that are to be revealed to coincide with this new arc as well. But I want to let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to interact with me, then be sure to follow me on Twitter and join the Team PokeRef Discord server, to discuss all things Pokemon. You can find the rest of my social networks on screen and in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave it a like, as your support is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to share the video with your friends. Finally, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with my videos and click on the little bell to enable notifications so you guys get notified when I upload a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and be sure to stick around for more Pokemon content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.